Hello. Should probably bring the mic closer. Sorry. Hey y'all. Thanks, Edmund. Hey, Sandy. What's up, everyone? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Mine was just okay. Oh, I was so tired though, y'all. I needed some rest. And I didn't get rest, by the way. I worked most of it. But what's up, everyone? Welcome to the General Hospital After Show. The verdict is in, y'all, and Willow's found not guilty. Emma and Gio have had their first time in an overheated apartment. Tracy and Martin reluctantly call a truce, and Anna comes face to voice with Cesar Faison. And we're discussing all of that today and more in tonight's live stream. So I hope you guys are ready. Oh, man. Oof, y'all. It was an interesting week on General Hospital. I can't say I'm surprised about the verdict. I'm not. I have thoughts on what could happen next. But I think we'll save the verdict talk for last, because I feel like that's what everyone kind of wants to talk about. Hey, Kaiwan! Will's character is now a ripoff of Nell Benson. I mean, you're not wrong, I suppose, for the first time, man. You're not wrong, but, you know, Kate, she can pull it off. I mean, I would love Chloe Lanier back, though. I'd love to see Nell and Will have a conversation now and see how that goes. Sandy, you think Faison is alive? We'll get into that too. Kind of closer to the last as well. But I don't think he is. But I think we'll see him regardless. We've heard him. That was Anders Hov's voice. Or Hove? Is it Hove or Hov, guys? Let me know. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the stuff first. This week started with a pretty entertaining evening at the Quartermain mansion. Tracy had decided to bring back cocktail hour, something her father, the late Edward Quartermain, used to throw to socialize with the family back in the day, before AJ was an alcoholic. Hey, Albert. Wait, what did you say? People are mad, having a meltdown over Willow not guilty. Why? Like, obviously that was going to happen. Sonny kills an FBI agent. Yeah, nobody had the same energy. I mean, no one really cared about Jagger, though. But I'm not having a meltdown over Willow being found not guilty. Like, I knew that was coming. We're going to talk about that later, though. Right now, I want to talk about the cues. Just because these scenes entertained the hell out of me. So, Tracy throws this cocktail hour, and I think really she was going to use this as an opportunity to confront Chase to see if he was the one that spied on her and Michael's conversation and fed that information anonymously to Alexis. But instead, it turned into the way the family found out that Drew watched as Ned had a heart attack. Funny enough, that's when Drew showed up to the Q's to argue about the court order Tracy got Martin to drop off to him. Yuri did try to stop him from entering. It was fun to see Yuri again. But Tracy said that she could handle it. And then it hit Tracy that Martin was in fact the one who spied on them. I feel like it's Jagger a little bit. Yeah, you know, maybe Albert, if it was a different FBI agent. But they totally just ruined Jagger's character. So, I don't know. Just my thought on that. Good to see you in the chat, by the way. Alright, so anyway, Drew was impressed with Martin, but the subject then jumped from that to Drew leaving Ned on the ground at Bobby's to have a heart attack, and then ascending from the legendary Quartermain stairwell, down comes Olivia with a shotgun aimed right at Drew's head, and she demanded them to leave, which they did. And I gotta say, we may not have like OG Quartermain formula anymore, and I'll always miss the banter between Alan and Monica, and Edward and Lila, and AJ collectively, but I love that the Quartermain mansion is full of life again. Like, honestly, with plenty of Quartermains as well, like be it through marriage or blood ties, there's lots in there now, and they're getting scenes constantly, and the scenes are entertaining the hell out of me. They're writing the Quartermains pretty solidly, considering it's kind of like almost like a whole new flock minus Tracy and Ned. But I'm liking the Q scenes that we're getting. I really am, and I'm grateful, you know, that we're still getting a full Quartermain family sort of gathering like this. Sandy, you said Olivia was hilarious. I agree. Olivia's fitting right in. She has earned her place in the Quartermains for sure. Like, when the Qs have a common enemy, hell hath no fury, dude. Hell hath no fury. I also love that, like, the gun wasn't even loaded. It's just like, I don't know. She just fits in so well. But like, it's also like, she's such a new, I don't know. She's not like other Quartermains that we've seen in the past, and I like that they're not truly making her blend in with the family that much. You know, she still has her own ground, and you know, she's a strong woman from Bensonhurst with her own mind and her own sort of, I don't want to say classless, but she's you know, she's not like super, you know, proper. And so like, her coming down with a shotgun, too good. Oh, I loved it. And we also got some great scenes between Michael and Jacinda too, with Wiley that night. It seems Jacinda and Wiley are bonding quite well over video games, and I'm here for it. Jacinda had ditched Ezra Boyle to apologize to Michael, and they are still eager to try and make things work out, despite the unknowns of their future. They even ran into Christina at the bar after, and she apologized for trying to buy off Jacinda, which were great scenes. Christina was actually there in the first place with Molly earlier, discussing Cody and Molly's relationship fumble, I guess. If you recall, on New Year's Day, James had asked the two of them if they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and Molly said no, and Cody said yes. And they've not talked about it since. And they've been avoiding each other too. Angel, you said Olivia has maintained her original style and manners. Exactly. She has not let the Quartermains change her too much. Maybe in the way she dresses a little bit, but personality-wise, she's the same. Now, Christina advised Molly to clear the air with Cody, while Felicia was at the stables with Cody, advising him to do the same. And so Molly runs to the stables to talk to Cody and do just that, and they officially become boyfriend and girlfriend. Hopefully, TJ has managed to find himself a girlfriend in whatever off-screen wing of the hospital they have him hiding in. God knows for how long now. I think it's been over a year. But I like that. I like that they're finally just being together, because this push and pull, it's been long enough. Really, it's been long enough. Kaiwan, you feel a lot of things that just aren't going to happen. Alright. So, young love is in full bloom, it seems, these days in Port Charles. and an even younger couple on the show take their relationship to another level. Emma and Gio. I guess the heat's been on the fritz at Anna's apartment, and since Anna's MIA, she's got to deal with it on her own, and endure these boiling temperatures in their broken heated system. But evidently, the heat makes things a little more hot and heavy for Gio and Emma, because when Gio paid her a visit and brought some things from Bobby's, they end up making love for the first time. They might not be my favorite couple on the show, but they are kind of adorable to me. In their afterglow moment, they talked about their families, their futures, and what's next for them, and it was cute. I like it, and I'm glad that we have a new, mature, grown-up Emma. I think the actress does an incredible job, and Giovanni, he's grown as an actor as well. Because let's be real, his casting originally was stunt casting. They hired him because he could play the violin, and they kept him around to be Brooklyn and Dante's child. So he's growing, and it's showing, and I'm happy that they've grown on me as their characters and as actors too. Oh yeah, I do remember TJ and Willow were kind of in like a weird vibe just before TJ kind of went off screen forever. Gio and Emma doesn't make any drama for me. Yeah, there's no drama between them, but I feel like there could be. I feel like they're gearing up towards Emma and Gio being the ones to find Anna. Because Emma's really the only one that they're focusing on missing Anna and thinking that something is off about her not being back. He's like a replacement Cam character. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's growing on me as a character, though. But yeah. That's all I have to really say on them. They were cute. I didn't mind it. They got their own love montage and everything as well the episode before. So I'm happy for them. But I just, I'm neither here nor there, because you're right, Kaiwan. The story's not a whole lot of drama there. They're just kind of like almost like a little too wholesome. I need some I don't know. I need some other things to happen. I love that Emma wants to become a veterinarian, though. When they were talking about their goals and aspirations, she wants to become a vet, and rightfully so. Still a doctor, just like her mom and dad, but in a different field. Sandy said, I'm surprised Jason hasn't gone to find Anna. He is too busy courting Britt, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But I want to circle back to Tracy and Martin for a sec. Because Martin confessed to Laura that he threw Tracy and Michael under the bus during Willow's trial, and that Tracy found out about it. And Laura, she's fed up with two people that she really cares about being at odds, and decides to put them in a room together to deal with it. Laura called Tracy's bluff by insisting that Tracy go forward with the charges, and then Tracy's like, well, I can't, because then we'd have to charge Ronnie too, and my family would not like that. So that's why, that's just the reality of the situation. I don't know if Martin put two and two together there that she wouldn't, but it's true, and Laura probably knew that. And for Laura's sake, the two of them call a truce. But Tracy makes it known that if he goes after her again, or her family, she will come at him with everything she's got. And I feel like, honestly, Martin will probably try to do that. Tracy's going to do something to upset him mildly, or what should be mildly, and he's not going to be able to resist. And I think that Tracy is stubborn enough to goad him on into doing that, so that she has another reason to go after him. That's my take on that. Alright, but yeah, now let's talk about Jason and Anna. Or sorry, Jason and Britt. We'll talk about them. So, it's been an interesting week for Jason. We see him being almost boyfriend material. He wants to take Britt on a date. to that axe-wielding bar, which I'm not sure if it has a name. Let me know if you guys know the name. We've seen it a few times over the years. He did have to face the wrath of Brad for a minute before asking her out. But not surprisingly, it didn't waver Jason at all, because it's just Brad. And so he asks Britt out, and she accepts, and they get to the venue, and Joss and Carly happen to be there, and of course Carly was not happy about it. Jason went to Carly so she could get it out of her system, but ultimately telling her it won't make a difference. Any more than any advice he gave against Jack made a difference to her. And she was kind of like, you know, it is what it is. I love that Britt kept on making comments to Jocelyn about Carly frothing at the mouth. And while Jocelyn got mouthy with her, Britt reminded her that she could blow her secret WSB double life out of the water with Carly. Oh girl, if only you knew that Carly's very much aware that her daughter is in the WSB. Needless to say, Britt and Jason had their axe throwing date, and Britt kicked his ass, but I'm pretty sure Jason let her win. Caroline, you were just saying you were watching when Patrick and Robin had sex after the funeral, probably Georgie's funeral. Yeah, and that's when she was conceived, right after Georgie's funeral. Sandy says Jason needs a woman. They are turning blue. Oh my god. Probably. It's been a minute for Jason. I wonder if he, you know, surely, right? Oh Lord. Alright. Also, when Joss and Carly were at the axe throwing thing, and I forgot to put this in my notes, but I wanted to make note of it. Jocelyn was like, spies are known to lie, and Carly kind of called her bluff and was like, how do you know so much about spies all of a sudden? And Jocelyn kind of plays it, well, you know, my boyfriend was a spy, and even though he lied, he didn't want to, and he did it because he loved me, and all this stuff. And I don't know. You know what makes it obvious that Jocelyn is not a good spy? The fact that she hasn't figured out that her mom, who she knows better than anybody, has figured out that she's a spy. Like, girl, you need more training. Alright. Now, Carly herself has had an interesting week as well, working together with Valentine to try and bring Jack down, and both of them almost getting caught in the process. So Carly snuck into Jack's hotel room looking for classified information using a tool that Valentine gave her, and Jack and Britt ended up having a meeting in there, and she had to hide in the bathroom, and that's partially why Carly doesn't trust Back from the Dead Britt, though she doesn't know that Jason knows most of the situation that's going on anyway. Valentine, he went skulking around Windermere, and he got caught by Ava Jerome, who even made Jen Sidwell aware that he was there, because Valentine implied that Sidwell was aware and that they're working together, which that's clearly not the case. But since Sidwell has enough to hide on his own in Windermere and on Spoon Island, he doesn't want the PCPD involved, so they're going to keep the secret that they've seen Valentine. Angel, you said Joss can't figure out that Carly knows she's a spy. Clover from Totally Spies could do better. I forgot about Totally Spies. Oh man. Lord, oh Lord. Although I don't remember them by name. Which one was she, Angel? Let me know. Alright, anyway, one of the things that Sidwell's hiding at Windermere is Anna. And Anna is still unaware where she is. She did get one over on Pascal. I don't know if she necessarily faked her illness with you know, I don't even know what she has, but she does have an underlying disease, I don't even know what to call it. But Anna probably needs medication from her situation, her health situation. And she uses that to trick Pascal into a moment where she's able to grab a gun and essentially demand where she was, but then another guy comes in and puts her in a chokehold and makes her pass out. And this new mystery guy seems to be playing both sides. He seems to be WSB, which is interesting. So Sidwell has his ties to the WSB. Interesting. And Clover was the Bond. Okay, good to know. But yeah. But Jack, I don't know if he's suspicious or not when Jack kind of gets informed by this man that Anna has gone missing from their mission on her own accord. He just refuses to give that guy any more information on what he knows about the Faison situation. So that's so interesting to me. It is interesting to me. But yeah, basically, once we see Anna again, she's been drugged. And she is hallucinating. She sees whatever doctor that's helping her as Obrecht. We see her seeing her as Obrecht. And then Pascal's like, okay, she's ready for the final phase of something. And shortly after saying that, Anna hears Faison's voice. And it is Anders' voice that we hear. So my guess is either they had him record an audio thing, or we're about to see Anders on screen as Faison again. I don't think he's alive. I think it was you, Sandy, that says that you think that he is. I don't think he's alive. Truly. I think his brain is in a jar, and that perhaps his thoughts are implanted in someone else. Maybe it's implanted in Nathan, and that's what's going on here. But I don't know. It remains to be seen, and it feels like this story is going to be just as slow burned as all the other stories that we've been having to sit here and endure the whole time. But just my 2 cents on that. Speaking of Nathan, James got hurt again. He seems to be a reckless kid. And it was on Lulu's watch, and she was scared, and Nathan went to GH to see what happened as well. And, as a kind of impromptu father, that he was not expecting to be this quickly, because he's suddenly already a reckless kid instead of just a baby. Sorry. He's worried about having to sort of give James consequences for his reckless actions, because he's still trying to get to know James, and James is still trying to get to know him. And he asks Lulu for advice, and she just says, you have to show that there are consequences, and so that he learns, and you just have to say it nicely and in a way that's gonna not make him mad at you. And he managed to do that, actually. In fact, James was like, that's exactly what Mom would have said to me, which I appreciated that. So it'll be interesting to see Nathan and James get closer, especially given that there's some fishy stuff going on with Nathan that we're not really aware of, and I don't even think truly that Nathan's aware that anything is wrong with him himself. Like, something's going on. I think that there's going to be some sort of, I don't even know, but some trigger word that's going to activate Faison's brain inside of him at some point. And maybe it's like an on and off thing, kind of like those tarot cards. Maybe like another clicking pen, who knows, but something similar to that matter. So the actor is busy doing movies in Germany, so I don't understand how we can be in General Hospital. I mean, he could have gone up to the States for like a day and shot 1 episode. You know what I mean? If Ryan Pavey can come all the way to Edmonton to do a movie in the middle of his story arc, he can go and do Anders can do a day at GH. I feel like they should bring back Stefan. I don't know. Like I just don't see them bringing back Faison in a big way. Like a cameo for an Anna hallucination would be just enough to move the story along, and then doing the rest with like Nathan having Faison's brain inside of him or something like that. That to me is enough. We don't need to see Faison back full time. Because obviously there's enough big bads in the mix that they don't really have to have another villain step in to be a part of the story fully anyway. So yeah, that's just my 2 thoughts on that. My 2 cents on that. Now let's talk about Willow. Even though we touched base on Trina and Kai going to Alexis on Monday's live stream, we didn't know what Alexis would do with that information, and the answer is nothing. She did confide in wheelchair-bound Diane. Poor Carolyn's still recovering from her surgery. But at the end of the day, they are lawyers, and whether Willow is guilty or not, her job is to give her client the best defense, and she did. Kai and Trina going to Alexis was stupid in the first place, just because they could have confided in a lot of other people. Like the lawyer, surely you know that a lawyer's job is to help their client prove their innocence, whether they're guilty or not. Like that's just common knowledge for like what lawyers do. Like that's just their job, and they can't go against that. But like they could have gone to Jordan. Jordan's not really police anymore, but she knows what they should do in their situation. They could have even confided in Curtis. I don't think he would have been that mad about it. Maybe like a little annoyed. But like he'd go into sort of protective mode and say, okay, this is what we do to get this person thrown in jail and you guys protected. And I think that Jordan and Curtis would probably tell them to go to the DA and be like, we have information on who the shooter is, but we need immunity if you want this information, and it is going to incriminate the shooter big time. Trina and Kai are Dumb and Dumber. I agree. But yeah, like that would have worked, and then they probably could have done that before the freaking, closing arguments and verdict came in. But Lex is sitting there like, no, wait for the verdict to come in. Why? Like, now I think that what's going to happen is they're going to start going after Michael, and then to exonerate him, Trina and Kai will have to go to the DA with their information, get their immunity, and then they can, I don't know if they can go after Willow for the same crime, even though she's already been found not guilty. So, I don't know. But yeah, needless to say, the closing arguments happened and Willow was found not guilty. Before the verdict, though, Willow met up with Michael to discuss custody. And while he explained what he would allow if she went to jail, they didn't get far enough in their conversation to say what would happen if she didn't go to jail, because that's when the verdict came in. So, I mean, he did get out that, I feel like my kids are not safe around Drew. And, so that's that on that. And what's funny is if Michael knew how much she despised Drew, the two of them could probably work together to kill him so that no one finds the body and that no one is none the wiser. And Michael would let her see her kids again. Maybe not keep her, maybe not get full custody or anything, or half custody, but for sure he'd let her see her kids. Oh, she's not really as incoherent as she seems. She actually hates Drew, and she's playing the long game for some reason. But, like, it's wild to me because Michael assuming Willow is in love with Drew is literally the thing keeping her away from her kids. Her end goal is to be with her kids. So why is she pretending to be the thing that is keeping or forcing Michael to keep her kids away from her. Like, what? I don't know. That's why the story is so ridiculous in the first place. It's like, girl, the thing that is keeping you away from those kids is your relationship with him, and you have the opportunity to stay away from him indefinitely and got visitation with your kids. Maybe her end game is full custody because she doesn't like Michael either. But it's like, I don't know. I don't think Michael wants Willow anywhere near her kids. He despises her after the Daisy thing. Yeah, but I think that Michael was genuinely willing to have the kids visit her in jail. You know what I mean? Like, I think that... I don't think that he would think that she would be a harm to their kids if he knew how much Willow actually hated Drew. But because I think in the real world Willow wouldn't really want her kids around him either. So I don't know. Hermione said, never understood why the fan base prefers that Michael tells Willow not to be in true control. I mean, he may not be able to control Willow as a person, but we've seen that Drew, the man that she's being with, is literally capable of hurting her kids. So it's not about that. You have, you know, initially, this was a woman who did not give a shit and would not listen, even though Michael, you know, said, like, Drew did this. And when she did find out the truth, she was appalled. But then she does this long game thing where she gets back together with Drew, and it's like, well, what good did that do you in the end, Willow? Like, I don't know. It just seems truly ridiculous to me. Well, in prison, the kids are protected with guards. Okay, so they can bring guards with the kids. Like, in real life, too. Like, wasn't that the goal in the first place? Like, Michael was gonna have, like, visitation with, like, other people present. That could be the thing in the end as well. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, she has to be with Drew now, even though she found out what happened with kids, because she knows that Michael isn't emotionally abusive as he is. I mean, I don't know. I think that Willow will probably try to kill him again. Like, you know, she's gonna try to kill him. I think that Willow knows at this point that, you know, she can't be fully done with Drew because, well, A, they're still gonna be investigating who did kill Drew, regardless. And she has to play the loving wife. But I think, I don't know, I just have this feeling that Drew knows more than he seems. Because I'm still thinking about that one episode a few weeks back where he almost remembered something about the night he was shot, and then he just kind of, like, let it go. So, I don't know. I think he either knows Willow did it and is playing the long game with her as well, or he knows that she did it and just assumed that she was not in her right state of mind. And I don't know. Either way, it's delusional. Oh, what's up with Tracy? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. At some point, Tracy confronted Chase and asked him if he was cheating on Brooklyn. I think that's a fair question to ask, honestly. I think it's a fair question to ask. So, I don't know. Like, Tracy is protective of Brooklyn, and I think it's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Chase is going up to bat for Willow in ways that is hurting his career, and it's not sitting right with Tracy. And even Brooklyn's like, Tracy's not completely wrong. Like, you're doing way too much for this woman who is capable of taking care of herself. So nothing he did or didn't do really helped her, other than proving that Michael didn't have an alibi, or like a accurate alibi. So I don't know. Oh, Kai, why do you think Drew remembers Kai? It's hard to say. I mean, Drew did see Michael and Kai shaking hands, so I think that he knows that maybe Kai is not as loyal to him as it may seem. Maybe he'll kind of put two and two together that Kai got rid of the evidence against Stella, but I don't see how that would necessarily help him figure out. I don't know. I think he knows about Willow. We'll see. And if he doesn't know about Willow, then he's going to figure out that maybe Kai was there and knows who did it. So we shall see what happens. We shall see. But that's kind of GH in a nutshell this week. I don't really have much more to say. Decent week on the show. Yeah. Thinking about the trophy and talking to Taste like that was just very disrespectful. I don't know. Tracy's not known for being respectful though, so it's like that shouldn't really surprise Chase anyway. I get why he was insulted, and maybe like I don't think that Chase would cheat on Brooklyn with Willow, but Willow is playing him like a fiddle, and he can be as mad about it as he wants to be at Brooklyn, thinking that he's a fool, because he is one. Willow did like kill Drew, or try to kill Drew, and he's been playing him to look into Michael, because Michael does have motive and he is being weird. Like, she's using him. She is playing him for the fool that he is being right now. So everyone is clocking him and he's mad about it. But none of them are wrong. Why Anna has blood cancer? Because GH needed their quota of like random health storyline for the year, so that they have a reason to be called General Hospital. This year it was Elizabeth's eye disease that lasted for 30 seconds that has never been mentioned since. So I don't know. It was pointless. I mean, there was a part of me that was wondering if Anna was truly having symptoms from her blood cancer. Like, if that was not a joke. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on GH. Not much more to say. I don't know, guys. That was so random. Like, did she know she had blood cancer? Angel, did you miss the story when that actually happened on screen? Like, yeah, Anna knows that she had blood cancer. There was a whole, like, year's worth of storyline of it. I think she was still with Finn at the time, but yeah, it was a whole thing. Like, that's why she goes in for checkups all the time still. ATM machine. Hey everyone, I miss a lot. We miss you too, ATM machine. Good to see you. Yeah, like it wasn't like it was a whole thing. Like I think even like it was affecting her, like, her work, and there were all these tests that she did on the show, and she's been getting checkups ever since. I think this was like, when was this? I forget. It was a few years ago, but it was like an on-screen storyline. Yes, you have, like, why do you think she goes to hospital for checkups? These checkups are literally for her blood cancer. Like, it's been, surely you've seen it. Like, you've been watching the after show with us, like, for longer than, like, the storyline wasn't that long ago. Let me see what year. Before we end this live stream, we're looking at when this happened, because it wasn't that long ago. And sorry, my screen is now going to lag because I'm logging onto the internet. Usually I would just use my phone, but my phone is my camera currently. So let's see. What year was it? Yeah, it was when Griffin was still on the show. I wonder if this article is going to say, like, what year this took place. (2017). So in February of 2017, Anna, who had been experiencing blinding headaches, collapsed while snooping around Windermere. A very worried Valentine scooped her up in his arms and rushed her to the hospital, where she soon underwent a bone marrow biopsy. Doctors Griffin Monroe and Hamilton Finn read over the results and were dismayed. The arrival of Anna's daughter, physician Robin, who had moved to Berkeley the previous year, made Anna yet more anxious as she waited for news about her condition. Something must be seriously wrong, huh? She queried with trepidation. Robin acknowledged that a bone marrow biopsy wasn't an everyday procedure. Yes, this was very much like a storyline. Like, Robin came back for this storyline. Soon, Finn and Griffin entered Anna's hospital room, and Griffin revealed that her biopsy had shown that she had PV. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. So Anna got started on a mild blood thinner, then be put on a regular regimen of phlebotomy. Yeah. So yeah, there was no cure for PV, but cancer can be managed. So yeah, while it's far and few between, like, they do show Anna going to the hospital for these treatments, but they just don't show the treatments happening. She's just at the hospital. Yep, just had my treatment again in passing. But like, even in the last like year, she's been at the hospital to like do that. Oh man. There we go. Wow, I'm watching me lag so much. I'm sorry, guys. But yes, see? Hey, Money Mac. But yeah. It was a whole thing that Robin came back to the show for. But yeah. Alright. Now I'm really going to leave, guys, because I've been trying to leave the last 20 minutes. No, like 10 minutes, let's be real. Alright, but thank you so much for watching. If you liked this live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. I'd really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next weekend. Mwah!